Hey everyone, I'm Anthony with Courage and Grow, and today we're going to talk about getting Google Analytics set up on your WordPress site. This seems like another one of those super complicated things that actually ends up being pretty simple. So let's get this started. And I will say that before we move on, I'm actually doing this kind of unscripted. So I'm going to set this up in an account that I already have, and I'm going to just kind of walk through it and we'll stumble through it together. So you can see if I screw anything up, you'll see. So let's flip into the computer. As you can see, it just blindingly white light. All right, so I have up on my screen right now the admin panel for my Courage and Grow Google account. You'll need to set up a free Google account if you don't have one already as a place that you're going to link this. And you can see that you have the ability to create an account, a property, and a view. So let me just really briefly run through what all of that means. So you're gonna hear me sliding the microphone a little bit out of the way because I'm gonna use my tablet and I'm going to show you this. So let's actually minimize the browser and let's pull over my tablet. So here is, it's much easier to draw this. So you remember, and I'm gonna move the microphone away because I gotta lean over here. So hopefully you can still hear me okay. But you remember that there were three types in that, there are three structures in that account. And you saw that there was the account, right? Okay, I can write. There was the property and there was the view. The view is not that important. I mean, it is for more advanced setups. That's basically when you get all of your data in, you can customize the way the data is displayed. So we're not really going to talk about this as part of this video, but we are going to talk about the account and the property, just so you get an idea about how to structure your account. So basically, an account can have multiple properties in it. So if you imagine like the account as like a box, this is the account. And then within it, there can be multiple properties, right? Oops, sorry about that. I hit the button on my stylus. So when would this be useful? How do you wrap your mind around this? So understanding the structure is important up front because it'll help you kind of decide how you want to set this up. Basically, the question is, how do you have your business or businesses set up? It all boils down to, for me, do your websites belong to a single business? So here's an example that I can give. So we'll just say EG1, and we will say lemonade stand, right? So let's say your business is that you have, okay, I'm just disaster of handwriting today. Let's say you have a lemonade stand, right? And you have www.lemstand.com, right? That's your website. I will say the the button on my stylus, just as a little aside, it's right. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a button there, and I hit it all the time, and it drives me crazy. It always pulls up that stupid screen. Anyway, so you would structure this. The account level would be your Google account. And let's say your Google account is lemstand@gmail, right? Okay, so your account level would be the whole business, and then you'd have your single website, lemstand.com, underneath it. That's it. So the Gmail account would be here. I'm not going to write the whole thing, but we'll just say @Gmail. Would be the whole thing. So that's it. It's really simple. If you've got a single business and you've got a single website, super simple, okay? But if we move to example 2, and let's say you have Lemonade Enterprises, right? And then underneath that, you have lemstand.com, lempies.com, and lemcandles.com. You could create separate accounts and do single installations where you have like, lemstand. Oops. Okay, let's just undo that. lemstand, and that would be your Gmail account, and then your lemstand, the same one. It's the same as this up, up here. But then you could also have lempies@gmail.com, and so they could each have their own account and property. But if they're all kind of interrelated, then I recommend just doing a single account, right? So you could have lementerprises@gmail.com, and then each of your websites. So we'll just label them so I don't have to write the whole thing, 1, 2, and 3. And so each of them will live in the account. So that's how I'd recommend you structure that. That was just a quick little walkthrough of getting that set up. Okay, so let's put that aside and go back just so now that you understand this. I'm going to set the tablet aside and rearrange my workspace here. Bring the microphone back up to my face. All right. So in this case, I've already got my account established, right? And so we need to create a new property within the account. So my Courage and Grow website already lives there, but I also have this test domain that I'm going to add. Okay. So I actually just copied it, using Control-C, Command-C on a Mac, the domain right here. And we're going to flip back over and hit create property. Again, this is under the settings, under the admin settings, and that's what comes up. Okay, that's how I got here, under at analytics.google.com. So now it's asking what we want to measure, and it gives you the option to do apps or apps and web, and obviously we're not doing an app right now, so it's just web, and we'll hit continue, and we will call it, I don't know, what did that say over here? I guess just CG test. I don't know. Whatever your business name would be there. So like in my main account, it's Courage and Grow. I am using HTTPS, so I'm going to put HTTPS there, and then I'm pasting the domain, and then it asks for an industry, and I wonder if there's like a technology one. No. Okay, so let's just find one that makes sense. I see that internet and telecom. That's probably where I'm going to go. Yep. All right. And then what time zone? I'm pretty sure this is important here. So I'm Detroit time, right? Because I am Eastern, and that's actually the city that's right next to me. I live in a suburb of Detroit. Set your time zone correctly, because I'm not sure that you actually can change it. At least you couldn't, I'm pretty sure, previously. So just be careful about that. Make sure you don't miss this. And then we're going to hit create. You'll notice here that there's a note that says the account has one property. The maximum is 50. We're going to hit create. And now I have this property. And so what it will do, it's going to load, and it's going to give you these tags, and you'll get a tracking ID. I have to blur this stuff because it's, it's my specific stuff. But you'll get these codes. It's this UA number, or you'll also get these global site tags that you can put in. So how do you install this on your site? So what we're going to do, this is a no theme specific installation, right? I use Divi, which is a phenomenal theme. And then if you come into Divi under the theme options, you can install the code without needing a separate plugin, which is how I typically do it. However, we are not going to do that. So let's actually manage this site, because this is my full Courage and Grow site, and I don't want to mess with that. So we're going to come in here, and I don't know the credentials because I don't remember them, so I always log in this way. Okay, so we will come up under plugins and hit add new, and that I'm going to tell you this update I really want to install. I'm like on camera recording this video, right? And I'm sitting here like, oh my God, the notification's bothering me. I want to update that, but I'll spare you having to sit through the update. Probably took me longer to explain that than if I had just done it. I'm not actually going to upload it right here. I'm going to come here and I'm actually going to search exactly what's there. Google Analytics. And this plugin is one that I've seen a lot. I have not used in a long time. However, the number of reviews and the site, developer, Monster Insights, is very credible. So I'm actually going to go with this. I'm going to hit install. And I'm pretty sure that this is going to be the way you'll want to go, and hit activate. The way you want to go for simplicity. So it gives you this wizard right here as you first install it. You'll hit launch the wizard. And again, remember, I'm doing this like I've not done this in forever, so I'm just kind of following the instructions. We're going to leave what category. So it says business. Yep, we'll call it that. And then it's asking me what license key. I'm going to use the free. Really, all we want to do is get the tracking code installed. And there's a number of ways to do this, but this is going to be probably the simplest, and it's going to be universal. So now it wants me to connect an account, and I don't know if I really want to do that at the moment for this. Well, we'll go ahead and connect my Google account. And that profile is fine. And it actually looks like, because this was already part of my Google account, right? It's already living in my Google account that I just connected. It's already pulling in the data. So all I have to do is hit complete connection, and I don't even have to really do anything else. So these other things we can probably leave for right now. Yeah, if you want to send them like web data as you use it, you can leave that on. That's fine with me. I don't want either of these things. So if they are added on my site, I will get rid of them. Hit save and continue. We're going to skip. I don't want to add WP Forms. Hit finish. And that probably is it, right? So now I can come up under reports, and I should have data. Obviously, there's not really going to be much right now because there's nothing going on. However, I should, if I come back out to the home, it should start working automatically. So I should be able to get an active user on the site. If I browse to the site and come back to analytics, it should populate here in the real-time report saying that there's a visitor on the site. Now, it may not. I don't know what the plugin settings have going on. I might have to do it in an incognito window. Hey, look, the pop-up that I installed in a previous video, it is still working. It's a little slow, so let's see what that's about. Yeah, so it's not showing here. It may be that because I'm an administrator, it's not tracking my data. So I just came in an incognito window. I did that by hitting Control-Shift-N on a Windows keyboard in Chrome, Command-Shift-N on a Mac, and then copied and pasted the link. So now I'm not logged in here, and I move that off, and there it goes. You can see I've started tracking that user. So that's exactly what happened. I'm pretty sure I saw in the settings why that happened. So I don't know. There was a setting somewhere, and again, I don't really use this plugin. Yeah, right here. Right here. Exclude these user roles from tracking. So if I'm logged in as an administrator to the site, it's not going to track. And that's actually probably a good thing, right? You don't want to track your own data because it's going to throw your analytics off. So that's it. That's really all I had to do to get this going. Because it was linked through my Google account and Monster Insights set up with my Google account, I didn't even have to copy and paste any code at all. That was super simple. It's the way of getting your data in, and that's how you can confirm that it's working. You see that it is currently working. If you want to track your own data, you would obviously delete administrator and then maybe editor also, depending on your situation. Delete those, and then it would start populating the data from here. So this is like I said, this is just a simple tutorial on how to get this set up, and I hope that this is helpful for you. I think that a lot of people are tripped up by getting Google Analytics installed and knowing whether it's working. So let me know if you have any questions. I really would love to help. You can email me at hello@courageandgrow.com, and we can have a conversation about getting your stuff set up. Or if you have any questions about Google Analytics, I can try to help you out there. So again, I'm Anthony at Courage and Grow, and I hope that this tutorial has been helpful. Cheers.